Professor Subhash Bhatnagar, Professor Deepti Bhatnagar. Thank you for taking time out to come to IIMA, come for recording this video recording and having a short interaction. And thank you so much for a very unique gift to IIMA, the Staff Recreation Club. It's very special and we deeply value that contribution.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. I'll take the liberty to start first with the ma'am. I think in this interaction, Deepti, you'll have the gender preference.
Okay. Yeah.
In
this interaction only.
In this interaction, of course, you have a tremendous fan following on campus among your students, many of whom are faculty as well today. You've had decades of teaching experience on campus, ma'am. Your connect with IIMA goes very deep. You were an FPM student on campus. You found your life partner. You met your life partner for the first time on this campus. And then you're also faculty for several decades. Tell us about your connect with IIMA.
Okay. Actually, I did not meet my life partner on the campus. I came to the institute only after getting married. But I have to say that I came to know Subhash after coming to Ahmedabad. So in that sense, I developed a connect with the institute and with him also around the same time. Okay. And coming to the institute, I came here as a student. I enjoyed my stay as a student. Of course, those are also very scary years for me initially because I was a student of literature, moving to management. It was a totally unfamiliar field for me. But somehow Subhash convinced me to join the fellow program. Uh, I did that and I also started enjoying it. And later on, I thought that, this was the only life I could have had, which I would enjoy and find fulfilling.
Subhash, coming to you, I think your connect with the institute probably runs the deepest. You are our PGP student. You are also a FPM student, and if I'm not mistaken, you were among the first system analysts on campus. I think even before Narayan Murthy came in as system analyst, and then you have been faculty on campus for several decades, and you also have your life partner on campus. So connect is very, very deep. Tell us about your connect with our institute.
Yeah, I mean, my connect is deep because I have not seen any other world other than IIMA. I was in an IIT and I was being pushed to appear for the administrative services exam. I wasn't at all interested. And when I got the offer to join IIMA, I was extremely happy. But I was even happier when I came here because the way IIMA faculty teaches students, the kind of interconnect between students and teachers, that used to be completely, I used to miss that in IIT. I mean, I had never experienced it. So this experience of such a close interaction with the faculty was really, I fell in love with the institute because of this fact. We would not just interact in the class, we were together, eating together in the mess, and those were early days. So, and my connect really began from those days. And yes, that is true that my professor told me that why would you want to sell soap? That used to be the refrain of going to the corporate sector. So he said, why don't you come and do some serious work at the institute? And he convinced me that I should actually not necessarily go to the corporate world, but join the computer center at IIMA, and I was the first employee of the computer center.
That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So, and of course, soon after, Narayan Murthy joined and other people joined. After my initial 2 years at the computer center, I realized that if you wanted to be in academics, you needed a doctoral degree. So therefore, I opted for the doctoral program. In the due course, we got married, and Deepti came here, and we discussed, and I kind of tried to convince her that she should also come and join the program. So for a long, 3-4 years, we were students together at the institute.
So the hard times at IIMA became actually easy for you. The kind of celebration you had, your other half here to celebrate the stay on campus.
Absolutely, and those perhaps are the most very happy, memorable days. Interacting with other students, and then of course once we joined work and I started teaching here straight away. Deepti after her FPM actually went out and did some corporate work and then came back. So I've had a very long innings. In fact, this is my 2018 is my 50th year of association with the institute.
So the Golden Jubilee we'll
Yeah,
celebrate this
so
year.
all these 50 years, in some form or the other, I've been associated with the institute.
I think
But
both are.
also, if I were to
Sorry,
add,
yeah.
the connect goes beyond what happened in the classroom to, all the friends and colleagues on the campus. As a student also, I could see the warmth of our, wonderful staff outside. It would, starting from peon, the gardener, at all levels, I could see there would be, a great deal of affection and care generally in the air. And I just thought, what a wonderful institute.
You both have had a very illustrious career. You've had career retirement, you've had career in India, and you both have also had career in the international arena. And you still chose to stay in this campus, remain deeply connected during the prime of your academic career and after. And so it must be a very special feeling. Share, share with us and the viewers, when we were talking about your contribution, you were very quick to decide on Staff Recreation Club as your choice to fund. And tell us about that. How did that happen?
How did that happen? Okay. I'm just going back to the connect because not only the two of us, our son grew up in this campus. And we had only one child, and we often discussed that perhaps if you had just one child, the best place for the child to grow was this campus. Because such an open campus, such a friendly campus, never cared about where our kid was going. So that was a deep connect. In fact, my parents and Deepti's parents have all visited, and my parents have lived on the campus for 20-25 years. So our connect is absolutely total. When we had to decide, uh, we wanted to contribute something. We wanted to give back something to the institute because the institute has been in a sense, our life. So when we had to decide, I think it was absolutely clear to us that we would want to do something for the staff of this institute. Because in a way, every other segment of the IIMA community uh, is doing very well, and, recognized all over. I think sometimes the contribution of the staff, which I think is tremendous, because we cannot be operating this well unless there was, comforts all around us, unless everything else was managed well. And I think that everything else is managed well because there are a lot of other people supporting us. So I would really, in my experience, having worked in other universities, having worked in the World Bank, I mean, our staff, I think, in a comparative sense, is much better than that kind of staff in any other place.
Let me share with both of you the reaction from the staff is truly emotional. They're deeply moved by it with your contribution. And one of the things that I hear in the community and the ecosystem is there couldn't have been a better donor, an alumni couple who could have gifted SRC upgrade and upkeep for decades, uh, more than you have done. Because I think to them, beside the financial support, it's who's it coming from. There's a deep sense of gratitude towards you, a deep sense of love and affection for both of you. You've been, ma'am, very well connected with the staff. Staffs have, the moment we mentioned, they were so very excited. They went with Professor Subhash Bhatnagar and they said, we were so touched by Deepti and Subhash this gift. Tell us what would be your message to IIMA community in general, alumni, And very specifically to alumni couple, because you are an alumni couple.
I would refrain from giving a message to couples, and for each one of us, it's for us to decide what to do. I just want to say that this affection and mutual regard is which is reciprocal. The amount of love, care, concern, and support we have received from our friends and staff is just incredible. It is priceless, and this is just a small token of our appreciation for whatever we have received. And we are just grateful for their kindness and for the affection they have shown. Uh, I personally feel that this camaraderie and mutual caring is a great legacy which we have received from other our senior colleagues in the institute, and we need to preserve it. Across the board, in all sections, across all programs and across all fields.
Subhash, anything you would say?
I mean, I don't think I have a message for anyone, but I personally feel that if I could have spent more time in helping the staff in other ways, I mean, giving a donation is just one way of helping, but there are many other ways, particularly with your time. And I will urge every member in the community that staff has not been as privileged as we have been in terms of our education. And I think there's a lot that we can do in terms of helping them, in terms of guiding them, in terms of guiding them about their children's progress. And I think all the members of the IIMA community should really work very closely and provide as much help and guidance, affection to the staff as possible.
Thank you so much. Interacting with you, frankly, is emotional, and I'm sure the viewers, when they watch this video, they would really be touched by not just the way you've contributed, but the way you feel about alma mater, this institute, and campus. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And